Greetings, all you game masters. I'm your master, the Frankmaster here. Welcome to a brand new video idea I had in mind. Given the fact that the Mario Galaxy movie is coming out next week, I figured, hey, we gotta celebrate somehow. And in the back of my mind, this Let's Play resurfaced, and I figured, hey, you know what? Let's talk about this Let's Play because it used to be part of this. But I figured, hey, you know what? Since I wasn't the only one who was the only one in these videos, I figured it wouldn't be right if I did this by myself. So I brought a few of my friends here to help me commentate over it.
After all this time, we're back. And believe it or not, Conductor Steven is a reality now. As of yesterday, I became an official conductor. Darn it, where's the sound? Here we go.
Yep, back from a long time ago. I'm Josh. It's been 7.5 years, but here we go.
Yeah, here we go. So, regarding his Let's Play, or gaming channel in a sense, I was a big fan of some of the group gaming channels like SGB and Gametrain back in the day, and I'm not sure if it was just me brought the idea, but I brought this idea to the to these guys, and I've come to my first question. How did you guys feel about when I asked you guys we should do a gaming channel together back then?
I didn't really feel any way about it. I mean, we played Mario Galaxy. I did with my friends when I was younger, and I thought it was a lot of fun, so maybe we should revisit it.
How about you, Steve?
I was like, well, okay, that's different. Why not?
Yeah, so here we are. We decided to do Mario Galaxy first because it was a game Josh and I had a lot of knowledge over. And I don't know why we thought we should let Steven be the one to do it first, but that was kind of be our mindset. We're trying to coach Steven through it. However, that didn't end up happening. So that for our next. So for our next question, this is most regarding to Steven. How did you feel that when we told? I guess I told you were going to be the one playing this game.
Well, I just paused for a second and said, you know what? I'm game.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we decided to do this around 2018, our junior year, pretty much in the midst of our junior year. I remember this clearly. We decided to do that Thanksgiving break. Unfortunately, Josh wasn't able to join us for the first recording session. I don't remember what was the reason behind it, but I just knew you just couldn't really come. So I guess Josh, how'd you? What exactly happened again? I don't remember exactly.
I don't even remember any of that because it was 7.5 years ago, but I thought that I was there for the first episode, but maybe I wasn't.
Yeah, in retrospect, we probably should have pushed it back so you can be part of it from the beginning. But unfortunately, regarding a lot about this channel, we didn't really think a lot of things through. Especially the recording setup, because back then I used my phone to record the TV, and let's just say it's very much rough around the edges. And I think you, Josh, in one of these episodes called out and said it's not really good video quality, and you know what? You're right. It certainly is not.
Yeah, video quality was, not on par. I mean, even with what we had back then, but now with the stuff we have now, I mean, you could record video that's 3 times the quality.
Yeah, I mean, especially with my channel specifically, because once we moved, I got my new computer and I got a capture card. It's eye dropping how much I use how a iPhone recording and a capture card recording jumps in quality. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so I guess tied up to the first episode here, the Star Galactic Adventure. There's not really a whole lot. I mean, this was very much rough on the edges, where Steve and I were just starting out as in this sort of thing. Actually, I might as well send this question to both of you because I might as well just cover this now. How did it feel being part of a commentary and like how to put your voice out there regarding a video game or something like that?
It kind of felt a little awkward at first because it was like, well, this whole thing was kind of new. I mean, like, I think that YouTube really came out mainly around 2012, 2011. So it was like, well, okay, well, maybe we could go viral and break the internet and to get hundreds of thousands of views, and realized pretty quick that we didn't make it there.
Yeah. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At the time, I wasn't all that used to public speaking. Granted, it wasn't in person. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it now. However, I hate the sound of my own voice on recording, which is why on my YouTube channel you do not hear my voice that often. But you know what? It's like, okay, we'll just do this.
Yeah, I pretty much felt pretty much the same way too. Especially since, granted, I don't think my voice has really changed over the years, given that I'm just a awkward person. That was kind of like my big thing too. And plus, I was started thinking, okay, what are the funny people doing? I'll just copy what the funny people are doing. And unfortunately, while I did have that hope that this channel would launch off the ground and become something big, deep down in the back of my mind, I knew that we were just kind of throwing water into a giant ocean, and we were fighting an uphill battle essentially regarding, especially with gaming channel nowadays. Like those are like dime a dozens, so it's like we were kind of fighting an uphill battle. So, but even then, with that kind of mindset, I still had this weird expectations, and frankly, I probably should have stuck with that expectation, which I unfortunately didn't. But we're not going to spend too much time talking about that right now. So anyway, that should pretty much regard most of the first episode. Is there anything you two want to talk about regarding it, or?
It was so long ago, I don't even remember what the first episode was.
Actually, sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, I don't really either, to be frank with you, Frank.
Yeah, that reminds me. This is my question to you guys. Have you ever rewatched or any of the Let's Plays that matter since we stopped at 2020?
Honest to God, like, I've never rewatched. Well, that might not be true. I may have rewatched one or two, but the vast majority I've never rewatched.
Particular episodes, and I think it's been like those maybe 5 again, just for certain memories.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do get nostalgic for it and like watch it every now and then, but like, I don't go back to it daily or anything like that. Like, if it's the back, like Summer Steven, it's the back of my mind thinking, oh hey, I remember that moment, and I just go back and rewatch it, or like laugh or cringe at it, depending on what the moment was. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, the time gap. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna go back and slap our high school selves silly.
Oh, don't worry. I did that self plenty. To myself, because like, just to say this firstly, before we go deeper, I was not happy with how I presented myself regarding this thing, and I just want to put that out there quickly. And I like to think I evolved from that since this, but it was clear back then teenage Franklin was not exactly a good person.
Well, I think it was a different place and time, though. Everyone's finding themselves in high school, and it's like, things in high school are weird. I'm pretty sure if if any of us could go back to high school, we'd be like, wow, we were really weird back then.
Yes, we were. But
We'd
anyway,
just be hearing this all the time.
yeah, pretty much. I think these videos help simplify that kind of mindset, Josh. Uh, but yeah, so if that's all we have for the first episode, I guess let's move on to the second one here. The Give Steven an Oscar, which this one I always had this mindset where you voice some of the characters. You even commented as well, Steven, saying like your voice was like very taxing when doing when doing like Rosalina in particular.
Oh God!
How
Don't
that?
freaking remind me.
Oh, I was going to ask you then. How does it feel? How did it feel voicing her the entire Let's Play?
To this day, my vocal cords still have some sort of stress from that, where depending on my awakeness and alertness, my voice will be a little bit deeper or a little bit higher. But I think it's impacted like singing voice even too. I can't get to certain ranges. It's just trying to pop it off the top the whole time, like you're squeezing the air out of a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Honestly, I remember while we were watching this for this video, in episode one particular, you mentioned I'll voice whoever you want me to voice, and like okay, and then like you're gonna regret that soon, buddy.
Yeah, that was a big mistake, but you know what? A for effort.
Hey, you got an Oscar for it, so you know what that's there's the silver lining out of this. I don't know. I wasn't really paying full attention, so I'm not sure how many characters you ended up voicing, Josh. But like, was there any character you didn't really like voicing, or you just don't really care?
Any character I didn't like voicing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of agree with Steven. Like, I feel like Rosalina was weird because she's like a female and like we're like male, so it's kind of weird, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, and I know it makes you money better. I actually had to end up doing my own voices for my Let's Plays, so it's taxing on my voice too.
And we didn't actually know what she sounded like, right? We just kind of came up with our own voice.
There was a voice for her, but
No.
like it was very, like one line voices. Like it's not really a lot to go off of.
Oh,
Yeah.
her voice was very distinctive as I remember it.
Steven's character.
Like this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, that's all I really got for the second episode. If you guys got anything you want to share about it.
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of boring because it was like, well, you know, we're just getting off the ground, like we're just starting, like we're just there's nothing really that happens in the second episode that just kind of got to get through it.
Yeah.
What was the Did my G Thanks voice originate out of this, or was that something else?
No.
Yes, it did. In this episode right
Did it
here.
really?
Yeah, this episode 12 right
Really?
here. We'll get that. We'll get to that in a second, because we're kind of speed run past these videos because, like Josh said, there was not a whole lot to talk about these in particular.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of notes here, but like a lot of them are like kind of similar ideas.
Yeah.
Like this episode had nothing to talk about, or at least worth mentioning.
Agreed.
This one,
Agreed.
once again, it was. Hold on, I might as well click on it so just to, if I get there. This one, once again, it was a. Oh, come on, pause. There we go. This one, once again, that kind of evolves more into the first video where we're trying to get Steven. I was trying to get Steven to play the game again, and for the longest time until another game over, this was the most viewed video on the Let's Play. If I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah, if memory serves you right. Yeah. Now, since videos been released over time, it is now like kind of in the bottom of the barrel of this Let's Plays view counts. But yeah, that was the only thing I remember interesting about it. Let's see if everything else here. No. Okay, it doesn't really seem like I have much else for these episodes in particular. I don't like the High Cousins one, and the High Cousins one. like Steve and I tried our first bit because like I remember like way back when he and I liked these we play these characters of like super high surfer dudes, and
Oh.
yeah, I think it was like Phil. I forgot the other name was, but
Oh yeah, yeah. Because this was we we had that one class where we did the role play thing, and I remember I was still like stuck in my voice of some dude who the character we were given was supposed to be high or whatever, and so I'm like, "What's up, man? Surfer dudes, gonna go and try this episode here on Franklin's high, whatever it."
Franklin
So
High's
I can't see
cousins.
the screen.
It's Franklin's High cousins. And also another thing too, for the longest time, our only commenter was always you, Steven. I think it was. I want to say. Well, let me take a look at my notes here. It was this. It was this. It was episode 11 here. You mentioned you like.
Oh.
You made a specific comment that you have a dream that somebody else will comp besides me. So this would be my question to you two: were you guys shocked with the lack of success Gametrain had?
I was really shocked at first because, you know, I thought we would go, to be honest with you, a different direction in the Let's Plays. It sort of became like this kind of jokey thing or whatever, where it was like, oh, you know, we weren't really getting through the episodes quickly, which frustrated not only you, but me too. I was kind of hoping that the channel could be about like going through the episodes, showing people, okay, this is how you get this done. But it kind of devolved a little bit, so I think there were other things we could have do if we wanted to have more success, but I think it just, because we didn't do them and we just kind of focused more on other things, it wasn't able to take off.
Yeah. Hope you, Steven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it never got that popular, but I just don't think it took the form we were originally planning either. Like, it turned into more of a we're playing the game, but there's this super random discussion forum going on, and what with that, the discussion was going on, and it became that more than a how-to.
Yeah. Because most of the YouTube channels I saw that went viral, like, they were more how-tos, and they got it done, you know. They'd get through it very quickly, and it's like, oh, how fast can you get through it? Whereas we were, like, you know, very stuck.
Yeah. I think it goes to show too just how inexperienced the three of us really were going into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that's kind of the different approach I had from my channel because like I became less jokey, more informative. Granted, I still crack jokes, and I'm still me who stumbles with my words constantly. But yeah, I personally kind of had the expectation too, and because like that's also the reason why I became like super aggravated because I was thinking, okay, we're taking way too long on this game, but. Which I guess I share that sentiment with Josh, but yeah, I was also kind of a little surprised too. Granted, I knew the quality those were putting out. I knew that it was gonna take a while before we start, gain some traction. But unfortunately, with the lack of quality and the lack of focus, it was just never gonna come together. Which is like if we ever did Gametrain nowadays, if ever, like we'll probably like a different mindset going into it essentially. But that regarding the past, like yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, you remember when we were going in, like you said, I mean, we had no idea how to do this whole YouTube thing or so.
Yeah, this is essentially for us is like a giant learning lesson, I guess, if anything. All right, before we move forward, I want to go back real quick to episode 10 here because there was one interesting note I did remember, and it kind of blew me away. That's why I did remember it. Out of all our videos, this was the only one copyrighted, and it was only copyrighted in one place, being New Zealand.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I knew why too, because sorry, you guys said
Are you guys getting a really bad echo all of a sudden?
what kind of echo?
The sound just completely spazzed out.
I'm getting an echo on your end, but not Frank's end.
Now it's back to normal.
Okay, that Discord's having a lot of problems apparently. But anyway,
Apparently, we have inexperience with it too.
yeah, we're still learning. It's still a learning process for all of us. But anyway, like I said, this is the only video in particular
aboard the game.
that was copyrighted for whatever reason. I think I know why too, because Steven in particular had a habit, like he used to like play a bunch, like early on, especially early on in Gametrain. He like had certain things. He played a bunch of things on his phone, and
Yeah.
one of them was like I think it was like we played a bunch of songs too, like I believe it or not, I'm walking on air or something like that. And I'm thinking that's probably the reason why he got copyrighted.
I remember that, like, in the episode. That's one of the only things I remember from the channel, but I remember you were like, Steven, you can't play that. It's going to get copyrighted. And he played it anyway, and then it got copyrighted.
Well, thankfully it didn't. I don't know how he avoided. I don't know how he avoided all that, but sorry, go ahead.
This was the one long one, and then I think after that it was like 5-second clips or something.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah,
that's not the smartest. Like I said, we would go back and slap our high school selves.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Well, thankfully, despite that, this was the only video that get copyrighted in our channel. At least if memory serves me right. I don't know how we kept. I don't know how we kept dodging raindrops there, but hey, you know.
It was because we were a small channel.
Probably, yeah. But anyway, moving right along. This is why I consider our first iconic moment of the Let's Play. Gee, thanks. Of course, unfortunately, it's still before Josh joined the Let's Play, but this is back when Steve, you developed that robot voice. And I never let that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that one in particular you did love doing, if I remember correctly. And I just want to ask you guys: do you agree with me? You think G thinks is the first iconic moment of this Let's Play, or? Hey, if memory doesn't serve you correctly.
I think the very beginning, like episodes 1 through 3, were a little iconic, just because we were just starting and didn't know what the hell we were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying regarding that.
This was one of my more, I don't know about the moment itself, or the episode maybe, but this is one of my more iconic voices, and it was certainly more enjoyable than trying to voice Rosalina.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Can I be honest? Like,
Sure.
we were all kind of cringe back then. Like, some of the things we did is like cringe.
I mean that's just the typical teenage outlook, I guess. I mean, because like teenagers, like you're trying to do what you're thinking is cool, and like
Exactly. Yeah.
at this point, you just grow old and realize, yeah, stop trying to be what you can think is cool and just be who you are, even if it, yeah.
That's the point of the whole air horn thing.
Yeah.
I think we should skip to Josh's debut.
Yeah, okay, because like, I was going to say, too, because these 3 episodes have nothing going on for them outside of, hey, look at that, Franklin's bad at video games.